On Sunday, the Denver Broncos started a guy at quarterback named Brandon Allen. He's a 6th-round pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. I didn't know much about him. I had to do some research. He went to Arkansas. This was his first NFL start on Sunday. This was actually the very first time he's ever played in an NFL regular season game was on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. And he won. He had 2 touchdowns. The Denver Broncos beat the Browns 24-19. And I know that Broncos fans are really hopeful that he's the guy. They're desperate for a franchise quarterback. So I want to take a look at the film, and I want to tell you now what the film says about Brandon Allen. First, you need to recognize that he got a lot of help from his running back, Phillip Lindsay. The guy had 2 big runs, one for 30 yards, one for 40 yards. Phillip Lindsay running the football had a big impact on the Broncos offense. Now, the defense contributed to the win as well. They stopped the Browns on a 4th and 1 in the red zone. They got the Broncos the ball back. That's a big deal. Brandon Allen himself, the guy threw 20 passes. He was 12 for 20 passing. Now, 3 of those passes were screens. I don't really count those. 2 of them were completed. One was not. The incompletion is just a failed screen pass. It's not really his fault. And another one of his incompletions was a ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. Although it did look like he made the right read. There was a guy open downfield. So that takes 4 plays off the board, leaving us with 16 plays to evaluate Brandon Allen. Now, the Broncos did throw more times than that. Brandon Allen was sacked 3 times. One of them was the play right before halftime with 11 seconds left. Okay, no worry. One was not his fault. He had no chance. Now, there's one where you can argue that he held onto the ball too long. But I didn't love the play call. It's one of the few times all game where I didn't like the play call. Nobody was open. I think he was trying to get free and scramble. He actually can run a little bit, not fast, but he can run when he needs to. Now, how about those 16 throws? There's one thing I want you to pay really close attention to as I go through the film. Watch his eyes. He throws to his first option basically every single time. 3 of his throws were just missed. They were 3 incompletions where he threw the ball to the wrong shoulder. He missed his location. He simply wasn't accurate. Happened 3 times. There were also 3 throws where he recognized man coverage and threw the ball deep to that matchup. He threw up 50-50 balls. What that means is he threw the ball in the area and gave the defender a 50% chance to make a play and gave the receiver a 50% chance to make a play. Now, Broncos fans might call this an improvement. Sadly, Joe Flacco would throw a lot of deep passes and just be nowhere near his receivers. It was sad and hard to watch. And hey, Brandon Allen even completed one of these for a long touchdown to Courtland Sutton. Awesome. Another one of his 20 throws was a throwaway. There was nobody open, and he throws it into the stands. Although you'll notice if you watch his eyes are glued to the right side of the field, and they never waver. On Sunday, Brandon Allen never worked all the way across the field on a read progression. Not once. He did throw a series of short throws underneath, a short out to the left. He threw a good slant to Courtland Sutton on a 3rd and 11. He threw another out route for a 4-yard gain. And on a 3rd and 1, the Broncos had a good play design, which created an open slant for a completion. And then, near the end of the game, he threw a slant to his first read on a 1st and 20. So that's 5 more throws down. Let's talk about the last 4. He also threw a 75-yard touchdown pass to Noah Fant. It sounds great, but Noah Fant really did most of the work. He caught a 10-yard pass. Then he ran over a dude and ran 65 more yards for a touchdown. And now that's pretty incredible. That's a tight end running 65 yards. He's ridiculously good. He's a rookie. Noah Fant's awesome. But that's not a great play by Brandon Allen. That's a great play after the catch by the tight end Noah Fant. Now his best throw was on a 2nd and 4, where he threw a really good pass on the run for a 16-yard gain. He also, I want to give him credit where credit is due, he had 2 solid throws on play action. Now they both were throws to his first read, but hey, they're solid completions downfield. I don't want to take too much away from the guy. Look, I want to be impressed with Brandon Allen. I really do. It's a good story. The guy came out of nowhere, had 2 touchdown passes, won the game. But the reality is that Brandon Allen had a lot of help. His defense made some big plays. His running back, Phillip Lindsay, had some big runs. And his 2 touchdown passes, honestly, were just great plays by receivers where they did most of the work, not him. I did like his arm strength. He had that one deep ball he threw a long ways. I was like, hey, wow. Brandon Allen can stretch the field. It was an incompletion, but I was still really impressed. But the guy threw it his first option every single time. And if he keeps playing that way, teams are going to eventually take that away. I know this is a limited sample size, and maybe he takes this start and he builds off it, he gets much better. Awesome. But he wasn't extremely accurate on Sunday. He threw it his first treat. He had a lot of help. So overall, I'm not impressed with Brandon Allen. Maybe he's better in the future. I hope he is for the sake of Broncos fans. I know they're desperate for a quarterback. But I'm skeptical when I watch the film. The film tells me to be skeptical that Brandon Allen is the guy in Denver. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to be very clear, open, and transparent. My YouTube channel is monetized. What that means is that some of my videos make money through ad revenue. Now, it's fewer than you think. A lot of my videos get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations from Patreon and PayPal. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler. Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. And so because I'm making ad revenue, it feels weird to just get donations. I wanted to give something back. I want to give people a reward for supporting me on Patreon. So now you can submit questions. If you give me $1 a month, you can submit questions to a pool of questions on Patreon. I look at all the questions on Patreon. I use my eyeballs. I make a joke about it. And I pick the top couple questions at the end of every single episode, and I read them and answer them on a segment called Ask Zach. Now, that's for people who have money, they want to support me. If you have no money to give, I totally understand. I've been a broke college kid myself. But if you believe in me and if you believe in my dream and you still want to help me, please help me grow by telling your friends about the show. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, maybe a screenshot it, you put it on your Instagram story. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so very much, and have a great day.